for Flabonga, Monthro Thacuba. With Dayle and Tony breaking all the rules. Talking tech, biz, and straight up chaos. Quick fire guests, oh yeah, we slay those.
Good afternoon. My name is Dayle Rodriguez, and this is Flabonga Monthro Cube. With me today, I've got my awesome co-host,
Tony Stevenson.
Welcome back, Tony. And we've got an amazing guest,
Katie Skelton.
Katie. Thank you
Hello.
for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Why are the ducks green and little?
Because my daughter was 2 when she named my business, and she liked little things and colours.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. And I assume green is her favourite colour.
No, it's blue actually, but it's
Okay.
changed, and I'm not going to change my business name every time my daughter changes her mind, because that would be confusing for the world of marketing.
Is she your one and only
and
child?
not to mention an administrative burden as well.
It would, yeah. HMRC would hate it. Company's House would hate it. I'd hate it. She's not my only child. I have 2.
Is she the
And
firstborn?
his favourite colour is red.
Which one's your favourite?
Colour
No,
or child? Not telling you that.
Okay, good answer.
I didn't say I don't have one. I will not divulge that information.
So I've had 2 good answers to that on this show, right? One was Neil Parsons a couple of weeks ago, literally named said child. I was like, dude, that's now on the internet forever. I've also had the best answer, which is whichever one's pissed me off least that day.
Yeah, that's the best one. That's the best answer.
Cool. For those who are viewing, please type in and ask Katie questions. We're going to ask some serious questions because, again, this is on LinkedIn. We've got to ask business stuff. So, Katie, what does Little Green Duck do?
So I am Little Green Duck. This is the whole of the business you are looking at right now. And I teach business owners, usually small business owners, solo business owners, to write words for themselves that make them more money. I love email more than anything, but words in general, marketing words in general, are my sweet spot.
Without giving away the secret sauce, how do you do that? How do you teach business owners to write better copy?
So it's a combination of actually giving people or helping people see that they don't have to be boring, formulaic, AI generated, following all the rules writers, and they can actually lean into being themselves. So almost it's not giving them permission, but they feel like they're getting permission to just do what the hell they like. But also with a load of, like, over the last few years, I've developed loads of frameworks and kind of prompts and exercises and ways of getting into people, or get people to get into their own heads and get the right stuff out of them. So it's not formulaic in the slightest. Everything is designed to, if I ran 100 people through the same exercise, the results at the other end would be different for each of the 100 people. There's no like templates and winning formulas and stuff like that.
Yep. What prompted you to start your business? 'Cause looking at your LinkedIn profile, that's what I'm looking away, by the way. Little Green Duck, 7 years and 7 months. So 2019, is that right? Thereabouts?
2018.
18.
September 2018. So redundancy is the short answer. Second round of maternity leave. The UK arm of the business I was working for closed, and they made me redundant. So I was like, I'd been thinking that I'd like to run my own business for years and years, never really had the confidence or drive to do it because I was kind of comfortable being employed. But then I thought, if I'm not going to do it now, I'm not going to do it at all. And I could also see the future of my children going to school and wanting to be around and just like be able to drop everything and go and pick them up if they weren't well, or go and, like, I went and watched the netball fixture yesterday, or watching them kind of do concerts and stuff like that. I don't have to ask anyone permission to do that.
That's awesome. The picture in your background is amazing. What is it?
That's my son's. My son drew
amazing.
that. Yeah. So this is his bedroom. I work from his bedroom because he's got the best desk, and it's a cat. Yeah, it's like a patchwork cat. He's also got over there, a cave painting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And some drums by the looks of it.
And some drums. They're not plugged in currently. They just moved from downstairs to upstairs, and they're not plugged in because knowing him, he'll wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and start playing the drums. So he's like, I was going to say Beaker. What's Animal from the Muppets?
Animal, yes.
Not Beaker. He won't do science experiments, but he does like science as well.
Oh, awesome. Are you guys like a musical family?
Not really. No. No is the short answer. That's very boring, isn't it? But no, we're not. Both children play the piano,
All right.
but better than both of us at any kind of music.
Right. Time for an old staple. Katie, if you were a biscuit, what kind of biscuit would you be that accurately portrays your personality? Why? But don't just pick your favorite biscuit.
Okay. So I would be some kind. I'm going to go through my thought process, like showing my workings on my maths homework here. I would be some kind of biscuit with the structural integrity to be dipped in a cup of tea for a really long time, because I feel like one of the really good traits of being a business owner is being able to like take the heat for a really long time and still keep going. So what biscuit has the best structural integrity for dipping? Maybe a bourbon, the double layer might help, or something that's completely covered in chocolate, so you have to melt through the chocolate before the biscuit kind of drops off.
Okay.
But yeah, something that can take the heat.
I think a hobnob is universally recognised as right up there from a structural integrity perspective.
I don't know.
No,
is it a Peter Kay joke? About
the Peter Kay is, he talks about the rich tea, doesn't he? And then the
rich tea. I'm definitely not a rich tea.
No.
No, I think it would have to. I think it's something with like multiple layers, though. I'm going to go bourbon.
Okay. I assume you eat bourbons as well. Yay or nay?
I have been known to eat a bourbon. Yes.
Okay. When you're consuming said bourbon, do you dip it into a liquid of choice? And what is your liquid of choice?
Weirdly, I drink coffee in the morning and tea in the afternoon. I would never dip a biscuit in my coffee.
Oh, good. That means you can answer
I only
two
dip
questions.
it in my tea.
And they're both Tony questions. Tony, over to you.
Oh, thank you.
Mastermind.
It's nice to be
Genius.
back.
Yeah.
This question has evolved over my time on FM as a co-host and is in its current form, I think, the best version of it. So the first question is like, do you prefer tea or coffee? But you've said both, so we'll run both arms of the question. So the coffee arm of the question is, if you are you're out and about, and we can agree that most people's preference, at least, is the local artisan coffee shop that provides us with, single source origin beans and, a trained barista. That's not available. The only thing that's available is like chain Generica, your Starbucks, your Costas, your Neros, your Pretz, whatever. Which of those would you choose for your coffee, and which one would you actively avoid?
I think I would choose Costa. Mainly it's because I've had more exposure to Costas than anything else.
Okay.
And if I had a choice between all of them, I would probably avoid Starbucks, because that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Fantastic, Katie. Thank you.
So basically,
you helped settle a debate. You've helped settle a debate, because where we've asked this question many, many times, I'm Costa, Tony Starbucks, and we've got our reasons for it. His reason is wrong. My reason's right.
No.
But yeah, more guests tend to say Costa. Someone says Starbucks.
Yeah, do you know what?
They are.
It's an astonishing amount of people say Costa.
It's stronger coffee in Costa as well, which sends me a bit mental, actually. Like, I have to be careful how much Costa coffee I consume, because it makes me like shake for 4 hours.
The problem, and this might be part of the root of the problem as well, is the problem I have with Costa is that their sizings are wrong. So like when you order a flat white comes in a size, and I buy that size of coffee because I like that much coffee. I don't like loads of coffee. And if you order a flat white, they basically give you a latte. Like, it's a good thing. Then that upsets me. So
can you not just drink the amount that you want to drink and then not drink the rest?
No, because the proportions are wrong as well. So no, it doesn't. That
Or
doesn't work.
just be a real man and drink your coffee black and bitter like me.
Joe, I actually do drink more black coffee these days than I used to. Thank you, Katie. I can't profess to agree with your choices, but we listen and we don't judge.
That is not true. We listen and judge
No,
All the time.
about.
Moving
All the time.
swiftly
I'm not
on.
staying if you're not judging.
Katie, I'll judge you to your face. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
Chris
You don't
Smith,
need-
thank you for joining, by the way. I think he's someone from your audience, right?
He is. Hi, Chris.
He's new. Hey, Chris. Thank you for joining. Hope Hopefully
He
you
hasn't
enjoy
had
the
a
show.
bourbon since the 90s. Chris, we need to go for coffee in Costa,
Right.
and I'll give you a bourbon.
Good
Friend
call.
of the show, Debbie.
Yeah.
Moving on to the tea question. So the tea question is drink tea. Is the order of play. So you obviously have tea bag in, tea bag out, water in, milk in, sugar if you take it. But like, what order do you do those things in?
Okay. Tea bag in, hot water in, tea bag out, milk in. No sugar. I'm bitter like Tony.
The same. I am, and I thought that was the way you did it.
It is.
But there are an astonishing amount of people that put the milk in before they take the tea bag out.
Yeah. Well, if any of
Dayle
those
hates
people are
tea, by
watching
the
this,
way,
they
so-
can block me.
Yeah.
Tea is a horrible brown garbage water that no one should ever drink.
No.
We only drink it because we've been indoctrinated.
Exactly.
My husband would agree with you.
We only drink it
He
because we're
hates
giving
tea
it
and
as small
coffee.
children. It doesn't. Oh, well, he's wrong about the coffee, but the tea he's correct.
I drink my tea black actually. So you know, what I'm talking
Really?
about,
Interesting. I see.
And the
If I
reason-
have to have my tea black, I have to put sugar in it. If I have my coffee black, I can drink it straight.
So my preference for tea is like really strong milky tea, but strong with just a bit of milk in, not like loads of milk and you just have to make it like strong by just wringing the tea bag out forever. The trouble with it is that when other people make it and then they say how much milk do you want, and I say just a tiny bit, if you don't think you've put enough in, that's probably the right amount. Normally it comes back completely wrong. So having it black just standardizes the milk issue, just not an issue anymore. And I quite like black tea. So yeah. And also when you're out and about, like the range of bad coffee from like good coffee to bad coffee is so wide. Whereas if you have black tea, it's just water and a tea bag. Can't really. It's
Marcus
much
starting
less.
beef again in the comments.
Yeah,
Marcus Batson, is Catherine microwave Frimond watching?
You better
The
be watching.
accusation
She's
is
not
wild.
watching. She's in trouble.
Accusation is wild, Marcus. Why are you stirring beef again? We've had this. Just so
Thus
you know, Marcus is a
far-
long time watcher of the show, and
He
he accused Catherine of making tea by microwaving the tea bag and water in the microwave, the American way.
No.
Yeah.
I would really enjoy the fact that Catherine would have thrown you to the wolves in coming on and then not listened and not tuned in.
She'll be part of Team Replay. That's what
Yeah.
she
Of
do.
course she will. Of course
Katie,
she will.
why do you spell your name with an IE, not a Y?
Because that's how my parents spelt it when they named me.
Got it. Just curious. So you're not a Catherine or a
No,
no?
I'm actually a Katie.
Katie, K-A-T-I-E. Nice,
Yeah,
nice,
so
nice.
that's what they liked. So that's I thought I'm not gonna. I mean I rebelled against them a bit as a teenager, but changing my name by default would probably be a stretch. So I kept it.
Would you
Someone
like a
I
serious
was on
question?
LinkedIn Lunatics the other day, and have you heard of
No.
Have you heard of
No.
LinkedIn Lunatics?
Please
It's
tell
a
us.
subreddit. It's a subreddit where like people in their basements, presumably just wearing pants, slag off people on LinkedIn. And I made it onto there, and someone said, "I'm not taking business advice who's from an adult with a child's name."
Oh no, I have heard of it. One of the guests who was on a couple months ago, Faris Aranki, he was on it as well because he posted something and people were just tearing him to pieces. So yeah.
So let me get this right. A bunch of like people, as you've just
Keyboard
described,
warriors. Yeah.
take the stuff off LinkedIn so that they can tear into it privately.
Yeah.
Without
They just
telling
flag
you
it
that
off
they're
behind
doing
your
it.
back,
Oh,
and
that is-
then people who know the people who've ended up on Reddit send
That's-
screenshots of the Reddit post going, "Look, you're on LinkedIn Lunatics," and then the people on LinkedIn then post about it going, "I made it to LinkedIn Lunatics."
Yeah.
So it's just the
More views, baby.
cycle
More
of content.
views.
Exactly.
That's courage. That is
It
putting
really
yourself out there to take it off the platform that it was put on, and then just lay into. Oh, that's amazing.
Tony,
what
we need a
was it you
strategy
said?
meeting.
What was it you said? Yeah, I don't. Well, if I have been on there, no one's told me that I've been on there. It's
No one's told me either. We need to get on. We need to do
Mm.
something to get ourselves on right now.
Yeah, we do.
Sorry, I
Right.
interrupted you. You were asking Katie a question. I apologise. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, what was it that you said that earned you being on LinkedIn Lunatics? It was. I mean, assume
happened twice.
it's repeatable because you put it on the platform in the first place. So.
It's happened twice. Once was, and Dayle will hate this because it was a picture of my breakfast. And the other one, I've forgotten what it was. But it's one of those posts that, like, I don't know if you've ever had a post that's gone kind of semi-viral, and then eventually it starts hitting the real depths of society, and it
Third-degree connections, as we like to call them.
Yeah, exactly. Like truck drivers, and not truck drivers in general, truck drivers in like deepest, darkest Texas, or
You're going to get us on. You're going to get us on an hour, aren't you? You're going to say all this stuff, and now we're going to end up on it.
No, but it's when it's like someone who's got a normal job thinks that they understand what's going on in the weird world of LinkedIn that we operate in.
Okay,
which even we don't.
Would you like a serious question or a jokey question next?
Let's do a serious one.
Okay, so you mentioned people with normal jobs not fully understanding what you do or the world of LinkedIn. How would you laymanize what you do? Like, how would you explain it?
I've tried doing this so many times, and everyone thinks I just do social media for other people. So the number of times I've gone, I don't do social media. Right. So I teach business owners how to write words that make them money.
Okay. Why do you do
the internet? Why do I do it? Because I've always really loved writing, and I've finally found a way to actually teach it to other people. I used to think I can't teach it because it sounds really big-headed. It comes naturally, so therefore I can't teach it. I have to just use my skill to write for other people. But I hated writing for other people because it ruined all of the joy I get from writing as myself. Yeah. So I had to find a way of using my writing to sell something rather than selling my writing.
Can I ask a question? I'm gonna fling one out there. So, like, when you've worked with someone and they've been successful in shifting from corporate robot to themselves, and they're putting out their vibes and personality out into the world, like, beyond simply more sales, like, what do you see that happens? Like, what's the nuance of how it transforms how they're communicating out to the world?
I think the main thing is the majority of people that when I first speak to them, think that they have nothing interesting to share. They've got expertise, they've got knowledge, they've got loads of experience, but it's really hard for them to bring that to marketing in a way that doesn't just feel the same as everybody else. And so the biggest shift I see in people, and a lot of the work I do with people, is about actually just extracting ideas from their head so they can see in front of them, oh my God, I actually do have stories to tell. I don't have to just go, I'm delighted to announce that I'm starting a new business. By the way, this is my business. By the way, do you want to buy my thing? They can actually talk about their lives and be themselves like they would because you want it, like, if you're going to work with clients, you want to be yourself in your marketing, because otherwise you're going to turn up in front of a client and they're going to go, this isn't how you come across on social media or in your emails. This is like, it feels weird. And so the thing that I want to get people to is for people to get onto like sales calls with potential clients, and for people to go, oh my God, I feel like I already know you.
Like I already know you. Yeah.
So what's your ideal client profile?
So it is somebody who is absolutely shit hot at what they do in terms of delivering to clients, but their sales and marketing hasn't quite caught up yet. So they've got the knowledge. Yeah.
You're literally like, that's the industry.
I love working with accountants. Honestly, my accountant is amazing. And I've done some marketing work with him, and his writing style is amazing. Once he got into the flow and the confidence and seeing that he had stories to tell and ideas, like, it's brilliant, because not that many accountants do that style of marketing, so he stands out instantly. But people who have like big long professional careers in something, and then they start their own business, and they're like, the realization that actually sales and marketing is 90% of their job and delivering is 10% of their job, makes them go, oh fuck, what have I done?
I agree. I always have this thing, like, Most people sell, but they don't realize it. Have you been on a date? That's sales and marketing. Have you convinced a kid to eat broccoli? Sales. Have you
Job
convinced a
interview.
coworker that you do sales all the time? People don't realize it. So
Yeah.
big fan of your philosophy. Going to jump into the comments real quick because people are
Mm.
commenting, and we've got to love the audience. Debbie Hales, she switched to LinkedIn and watching on your profile, Katie, because apparently ours is messed up somehow. I don't know how it's.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So look, Katie, we've got you one more viewer. You're welcome. I'd say you're welcome. You're, in terms of followers, you're way bigger than me and Tony combined. So thank you. I
Oh,
guess we should thank you.
Thanks. I
Yeah,
hit
your pla-
20,000
your pla-
yesterday.
You're platforming us.
You hit 20,000. Thank you for platforming us, and well done. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Does it feel
it's
good?
been a well, it doesn't feel any different. But obviously followers don't pay the bills, blah blah blah. But they kind of do if you're doing the right thing with them and the right people. Followers do pay the bills. But yeah, it does. It kind of. I do feel like people take me a bit more seriously since
I
I've got something to say.
I thought life was likes. I thought that was it. I thought that was the end of it. Isn't it? Is that, am I wrong?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, damn. It all making sense now.
Fantastic. Again, back to the comments because questions from Debbie Hales, longtime fan of the show, and Chris Smith. So we'll go to Debbie's question first. Debbie Hales, I imagine working with Joe Wood and Zoe Whitman was a blast. Were there any light bulb moments for them working with you?
I haven't worked directly with Joe and Zoe, so I don't. They or Zoe worked with a client of my biggest client, and I'm kind of well embedded in his community. But I would love to take the credit for how much growth and visibility and awesomeness. Yeah. I love them, know them quite well, but I have not helped them build their business. Well, they haven't paid me to anyway.
No, I
may have helped inadvertently, but unfortunately, I can't take any credit for their success.
You know what? We're going to use some peer pressure before I read Chris's question. We've been trying to get Joe Wood on this show for like years. So viewers, if you could tag Joe Wood in the comment section, just be really, really annoying and spam her because people love being spammed. That would be great.
And
get
Zoe
Joe
as well.
Get Joe on the show. Get Joe and Zoe on the show. That would be grand. Trying to get them on for ages. Question from Chris Smith. Chris Smith, how do you help people overcome the cringe of sharing personal stories on a global platform?
Okay. So it's a process. You know when you're watching the high jump in the athletics or the Olympics, and they start with the bar down here and then they gradually raise the bar as they get kind of more confident, better, like as things progress. That's how I always encourage people to approach posting personal stuff on LinkedIn or whatever, any other platform. Because if you go straight from I'm delighted to announce that I've won an award for being a really good accountant to I got kicked in the face by a horse, that's a weird sometimes weird
story though.
I didn't get kicked. Actually, did I? I got trampled by a horse once. Anyway, so you have to kind of almost find where your line is and then just go a little bit beyond the line and then just push it. And you never have to do anything you don't want to do. You never have to post your deepest, darkest secrets. There's still stuff I don't post about on LinkedIn because I think that I'll get abuse for it. But yeah, it's a gradual process. But also for me, it's just been a volume thing. Like the more I post, the less I give a shit. The less I give a shit, the more stuff I'm willing to just put out there. And I think, who cares? Like, who cares what some third degree connection has to say about my
or a subreddit.
About what? Sorry?
Or a subreddit of
exactly.
lunatics. Yeah,
exactly.
Katie, if you could punch one fictional character in the face and get away with it with no judgment or repercussions, which fictional character would you punch in the face?
Oh, I can't think of anyone fictional I want to punch, and I'm not willing to tell you any real people I want to punch in the face.
So you can talk to Catherine about this one offline.
No, we can't discuss that anymore.
Oh no, sorry, let that one go.
We retire that one. Sorry,
sorry.
Maybe, but it's not even the real Blippi anymore. Do you know who Blippi is?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a kid's
TV show.
It's like a kid's TV character, but there was an original Blippi, and now he's like subcontracted to like a fake Blippy, so I probably wouldn't even get to CEO. He's like original Blippy has stepped into his CEO energy, and there's a new Blippy running the like day to day. So yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting how many parents say some kind of kids cartoon character. Like we've had Peppa Pig quite a few times. She's quite a
James
little pig.
Sutherland was- Yeah.
No,
James
I
Sutherland.
wouldn't punch a child even if it was a fictional pig child.
It's not a good look.
I would.
No.
Stewie Griffin any day.
He'd punch you back.
You can try. Thank you for answering that question. I know it's ridiculous. Serious or jokey one next?
Let's go serious again because the last one was jokey. Presumably, was the fictional character one a joke question or a serious
that was a daft
question?
one. That was a completely daft
Okay.
question. There has been a wave of people whinging about M dashes on LinkedIn. What's that all about? Like, I didn't even know what M dash was. I'm not gonna lie.
We both learnt together, I think, didn't we?
We did.
From Mr.
We
Batson.
did.
I was talking to a client about this morning, interestingly, and it's not just M dashes that people are bitching about. It's just AI written
slop.
stuff in general. But the thing is, lots of people were using M dashes. Like AI has learnt from humans, right? So it's got them from somewhere and then gone, oh, this is good. I'll carry on with this. But I know loads of people, particularly people who've come from like academic backgrounds or people who are actual professional writers, unlike myself. They've used it forever. And so it's normal for them. And now they're getting almost vilified for doing what they've always done. Whereas I've never used an M dash, so I don't really care. I use hyphens incorrectly instead.
Fair enough.
Do you, as someone that teaches, writing, are you, out of 10, how aggressive is your grammar policing of stuff? Does it upset you when people use incorrect grammar? How tolerant are you of it?
I used to be really, really intolerant of this stuff. I was like, if you're a writer, then you should be writing correct English everywhere. And you should not be, I don't mind mistakes, but incorrect grammar. There are certain things that do annoy me still. But I used to be like, you can't call yourself a proper professional copywriter if you're writing stuff that's blatantly wrong. However, I now write really informally. You will see me writing the word wanna on LinkedIn, and people will not like that if they think that I want to be taken seriously as a writer. But I don't really want to be taken seriously as a writer.
Okay.
I want to be taken seriously as someone who knows what they're doing. So I don't really care anymore.
Okay.
And so I don't judge myself. I don't judge other people.
You've gone sort of like through it and come out the other side.
Yeah, I have, and I've almost like gone.
I always like is it Picasso, the quote of like, you have to learn the rules like a master to break them like an artist, that kind of thing.
I
Like
that.
like, I know what I should be doing, I'm choosing not to, rather than I didn't know in the first place is somehow different, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good quote.
You can have that one. It might be Picasso, it might not be. It's
it's
definitely a
either
quote. It's definitely a quote.
Gandhi, usually, isn't it?
We'll have to look it up. I'm sure that somebody in the audience wouldn't mind fact checking whether that's quote from. Actually, to be honest, it's probably Henry Ford, isn't it? Because pretty much all quotes come from Henry Ford.
That or Mark Twain.
That or Mark Twain.
Oh, Mark
yes,
Twain.
Yeah.
Who, if I'm not mistaken, wrote Huckleberry Finn, right? No.
Yes, I think so.
You wrote Huckleberry Finn? I'm gonna Google
We
this.
could get somebody else to fact check
Don't ask me.
that. I think so. Yeah.
Because
we do quick fire questions later on. So, and one of the quick fire questions, which just feels appropriate to ask now, is one of my favorites, is like, what is your most enraging grammatical error that you hate to see when someone writes the wrong word, or like espresso?
Oh yeah, espresso's annoying.
Sure, Pacifically.
Grinds my gears, that one.
Yeah, I did a pet hates post on LinkedIn the other day, actually, that might serve as a good reference here. The thing is, these things enrage me when I see them, and then I forget that they enrage me. So they don't like consistently enrage me all the time.
Okay, you don't go around carrying it around.
The different yours, your, you are, and there. That's a classic one. Mainly, I only really get annoyed with those if they're being used against me, as in someone's abusing me, someone's trying to troll me and they're grammatically incorrect when they're trolling me, and then I'm like, I hate you twice now.
One of my most favourite things in the whole world, right? I'm on a whole bunch of different group chats, as I'm sure we all are, for various different reasons. And mine mostly centre around sport in some way or other, right? The rugby or golf trip that I go on, or football or whatever. And one of my absolute favourite things is when, like, a bit of, like, sort of friendly jibbing kicks off, and then people start, like, piling in, and there's a couple of people just going at each other, like, and it gets a bit, not kind of nasty, but so you can feel the warmth of nasty sort of getting a bit too close. And then it just gets ended by somebody just doing a grammatical, like a grammar check somewhere in the middle of it. That's one of my favourite things that I ever see. It always makes my day when it's like they're going at each other and then someone just corrects their grammar or the spelling or something. That's one of my
it's a good way to shut someone down, or enrage them more. It's like smiling at someone with road rage, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's that same kind of vibes. Or like when Dayle drove through the McDonald's drive-through a little while ago and tipped over the 11 o'clock, ordered his breakfast, and then the lady could hear the lady behind shouting at the woman in McDonald's because it was 11:01 and she wasn't
I got
breakfast.
the last breakfast and it was so satisfying. And then I heard this Karen proper kick off and it just felt so good. It felt so good. She was unnecessarily rude.
You could have ordered hers at the same time.
No, she arrived like 2 minutes
Too
after
late.
me. I'd already done the ordering.
Fine.
Yeah, she was literally like 1 minute or 2 minutes over. Like,
Oh, so she wasn't 1 or 2 minutes over because you were taking a really long time. You've been sat
That's what I
there
said. So yeah,
No,
I deliberately
no.
saw her behind.
I hadn't been taking ages. I'd ordered. She pulled up and I'd already gone to the window and she was like coming after. Yeah, I didn't take up her time. No.
You didn't like get out and clean her windscreen and hold her up.
No. Although now you think of it, I should have done that just to make it worse. But no, I didn't do that.
Like rubbed your hash browns all over her windscreen.
Just lobbing stuff out the window, like 2 bites out of his hash brown. Just
Don't even want to eat it.
Window. I'll tell you what,
It's hash brown. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You're arguing about the fact that you weren't allowed to buy lunch. Cost her breakfast.
Man, you guys are brutal. I would never do that to someone. Actually, I would do that to someone. Yeah.
Go and do it today. Oh, it's too late. It's past
Too late.
11 o'clock.
It's the pedantry of it that I just love. It's just, you know, it's a sad person. I need to get out more. Definitely.
Katie, do you
Hello.
have a guilty pleasure hidden secret song, a song that your friends or family would judge you for listening? You know, the one you put on in the car when no one else is there. Belt it out.
No, I don't. I don't believe in guilty pleasure songs. There's nothing. There's no guilt attached to anything I listen to, and like, there is nothing that's my like go-to, whether I'm embarrassed about it or not. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I'd feel really sad and I want to be made to feel more sad, so I listen to despicably sad stuff just to really ruin my day on purpose. Sometimes I feel shit and I want to feel better, so I listen to something happy. Listened to Weezer on the way back from the school run this morning. But then I was listening to Ludacris yesterday on the way to the school run. So
roll out. Yeah.
It was.
Or was it more like "Move, bitch, get out the way"?
No, it wasn't that. That's a good road rage song. Which one was it? It was the really dirty one.
That was what the lady in the McDonald's was blasting out of her speaker. That was also his breakfast.
Good times.
Sorry to not have an answer for you. Which Weezer song? I was listening to the album Everything Will Be All Right in the End, because I thought of my friend John, who when that album came out had a really horrendous motorcycle accident and he was in hospital, and he had that album, and that's like, it reminds us of when John didn't die, which is really nice.
That is very nice.
It's very nice.
Congratulations on still being alive, John. He won't be watching. He's got a life.
To John.
Yeah, to John.
It feels like a jarring segue, but I'm going to ask a serious question because it's just been in my brain and I can't get it out of my brain until I've asked it. So you talk quite a bit about email being a really good thing, Katie. So for business owners or aspiring business owners who perhaps hadn't thought about email as being a good method for communication or selling, or however you want to badge it, talk to us about email. Why is it good? How do people go about building an email list? Why should they do it? What are the benefits of it? Yeah, go for it. The floor is yours.
That was a lot of questions. You might.
It was a lot of questions.
You might have to repeat some of the sub questions because I don't do well with. Why is email good? Email is good because like Chris was asking earlier on, it can be really hard to put your full personality out there on a platform where anyone might see it, but actually you can be a bit more you and a bit more kind of loose with your personality in email, because it's your channel. You can control who's watching. You can just be who you want to be. And so I feel like it removes that fear of being yourself a bit more, or sharing stuff that you might not necessarily share completely publicly in case the Redditors get wind of it. They're getting too many mentions. Why else is it good? It's good because it's something that you own the audience yourself, which means that if you accidentally say something that you will regret for the rest of your life on LinkedIn and get banned, that you still have your email list. So it's good for people who sometimes say stupid shit.
Of which there are
Email
many.
insurance for people that can't see where the line is.
Keep their opinions to themselves. It is also good because if it's done right, and by done right I mean actually turning it into a two-way communication channel and not just a way of blasting your opinions at people day after day, it builds deeper relationships more quickly. Like, the whole thing about building a brand is more people spending more time with you, and people are more likely to, if you do it right, more likely to spend more time entering into a two-way conversation with you. So I do that through getting people to reply and actually replying to the replies. Like, novel idea, but most people who have email lists don't do that. And also, like, really simple stuff like using people's questions in my emails and answering them, and just like, people always reply going, "Oh my God, it's me," when I answer their question, and it brings you closer to people than
Yes, I'm not paying
social media ever can. Sorry?
Yes, I'm not paying you. I'm not giving you a discount just because I used your content.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why. So, like, I follow this guy called Justin Welsh, who's I'm sure you're familiar with, big LinkedIn writer guy, and he always puts in his like emails, like, reply to my emails. I can't reply to all the replies, but I read all the replies, which I always thought was probably not true, but still quite nice. And I've replied a few times and had the odd back and forth with him, which does definitely make you feel more connected to the person.
Yeah, it
through
feels
the platform.
more human, doesn't it?
That explains that little piece in there. How would somebody go about building an email list effectively and quickly?
Quickly, maybe not my first go-to thing. I always kind of encourage people to start slow and engaged to begin with, rather than launch it. Like, a lot of people will start by releasing a really compelling freebie, lead magnet, whatever you want to call it, getting a load of people on their email list, and then they have these people just kind of sitting there and you don't really know what you're doing with them, and then before you know it, a year and a half has gone by and you haven't even emailed them, you've just got them on a list, and that's kind of a bit pointless.
Turns out lead magnet had no follow-up plan. yeah
Exactly.
We didn't expect this.
So having the follow-up plan is actually more important than building the list in the first place. So actually going, who am I writing for? Why am I writing to them? What do I want to get out of it for myself, for my business? And what do I want them to get out of it? And then you can actually just start talking about it. I write emails. They will help you do this. Sign up. And just start. Like, it's like a mini offer. It's like anything you're offering. If you're selling something, the way of making more sales is by talking to people more about it, and it's exactly the same with building an email list. Just talk to more people about it and offer it to them more, because it's a mini conversion in itself.
Solid advice. Chris Smith, question: are LinkedIn newsletters worth the investment in time?
Not at the expense of a proper newsletter. I'd say it's a good thing to do on the side of posting on LinkedIn, but essentially it's just a LinkedIn post disguised as something else. It does get emailed out to whoever's subscribed, but if you are making a decision between building a proper email list and building a LinkedIn newsletter, I would always go for a kind of off platform, because it's otherwise, if you lose your LinkedIn profile, you still lose all your LinkedIn, all of your newsletter followers anyway.
Still
so
rented ground, right?
it is, yeah. And I mean, even the email marketing platforms are rented ground to an extent, but you have a bit more control. You're not going to get banned unless you're doing something really bad, and you can download your subscribers once a week. and make sure that you've got a kind of list of them in case something goes horrifically wrong, like Cloudflare flares up like it has a few times recently.
Solid advice.
Is there a preferred platform that you use for that distribution of through your list?
I use Kit.
Which was that was ConvertKit.
Used to be called ConvertKit. Yeah, I've used it for a couple of years. I like it because I sell quite a lot of stuff through Stripe, and you can see your revenue in the dashboard, the Kit dashboard, so I can see kind of email and revenue side by side. But there are other platforms that are just as good, do the similar job. I recommend Kit to my clients mainly because when they ask me questions, I can actually answer them because I've used it so much.
Okay, makes sense.
Katie, occasionally we get younger audience viewers, people who are like, just graduating uni or leaving school. What advice would you give to some of our younger viewers who are going to start their own business or go into the world of work/marketing? That's two questions in one, I guess. What general advice? Oh, I've got something. You don't have to do what everybody else does. You don't have to leave education and go into a job and then work 20 years in the job and then realize that actually it doesn't really fit around your lifestyle and then be forced into starting a business when you're 35. You can start the business when you're 16. You can just ignore what everybody else is doing and go, what will actually make me happy, and try and do it. It's one thing that I always say. My parents instilled this belief in my own decisions in me at a really early age. I left school halfway through my A levels to go and work in a record shop, and my mum and dad were like, if it'll make you happy, do it. And they knew that it could be a mistake, but also they knew that if I made a mistake, then I would just have to fix the mistake. And it's it wasn't, oh, I think this is a bad move, stay at school until you get to the end of your A levels and then see how you feel. They were just like, we trust you to decide for yourself. And I feel like all the decisions I've made since then have been governed by this belief that either I'm going to make the right decision or it's not the end of the world if I don't.
You can fix it.
Yeah.
What was it like working in the record shop? That sounds like fun.
Amazing. Have you seen Empire Records?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like that, but I didn't shave my head.
Awesome.
Yeah. Or was it Empire Records where she shaved her head, or was that the other one? There's another record store film. Can't remember. This is not good content.
It's fine. It's all good content. It's fine.
Very, very bad content.
We'll edit it in post. It's fine.
It's always good content.
It was amazing. I basically just got to hoover a shop listening to my favorite music at 8 o'clock every morning. I met some of my best friends. I'm still in contact with a lot of the people I worked with. It was really good fun. The general public are a nightmare, but it all brought us all closer together. It's I can't remember what the term for it is, but when you're living in some kind of crisis and it brings you closer together and makes you more bonded.
Trauma bonding.
Like that. Yeah, something like that. It wasn't quite trauma. I definitely had some bad customers, but some really amazing ones as well, really cool people. Alice Cooper came in once and signed all of his albums that were in the shelves. Just came in and signed them all.
Did you have to stop it? You were like,
Mr.
no.
Stop
writing on that.
Can't do that.
Closing that,
Stop
Mr.
writing
Cooper,
on
go
that
home.
stock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Don't worry, this weirdo came in, started trying to write on all the books and all the records. I got rid of him, don't worry. Oh, you got a photo of him? Yeah.
I just want to check. Did we answer Michael Carter's question? What platform would you recommend to create newsletters? Is it the same platform for emailing, or is it a different platform for newsletters?
No, Kit, I would recommend. But you could also use MailerLite is quite good as well because they have a very generous free plan, which means you don't have to start paying until you've worked out whether you like it or not. But Kit has a very generous free plan.
Is another one, isn't it? That's quite a big one.
I use Beehive actually. I would avoid MailChimp because I feel like MailChimp was the original. And when brands they don't really evolve because they were the first. So they just go, we don't really need to put any effort. Everyone knows us. Yeah. And I think that their prices have increased, but their service level has not increased in conjunction with that. But yeah, other than I feel bad for saying avoid MailChimp now because I've never used MailChimp.
No,
heard that thing.
let's zoom in on this one. Hold on.
Oh,
You were
thanks,
saying?
Chris. It was
Never
Empire
use
Records.
MailChimp. Is that what you said? Just gonna.
No, I did not say that. I said, don't blame me if you use MailChimp and it's shit.
Yeah, these are all just opinions. They're not
Yeah.
recommendations. Yeah,
absolutely.
I quite like this
Oh, wait.
question. Well, it's not a question.
Oh, it's up
It's like a statement. But this is a question that I ask people that have transitioned from work to being a business owner. And Debbie's kind of picked up on that thread. But like, what did you find? What were your observations from transitioning from being an employee to being a business owner? Good or bad?
So the transition from getting a regular wage every month, it's funny because it was great getting a regular wage every month and know it was coming, but I still used to get my pay slip and rip it open as if it was going to be different this month, and it was still the same because I hadn't had a pay rise. So it was so it was nice and kind of comfortable and reassuring that money was coming in. But now I get to name checking free agent, open my free agent account and go, I've got 2 pairs of free agent socks, by the way. Love them.
Well done.
Took them on stage with me once.
Nice. They are highly sought after and well regarded. The free agent socks. I believe
hang about. Let's not correct. Wait, they're not highly sought after.
No. You can get them. Just
like they're not hard to get.
I've heard something about free agent socks. You know how, like, if you now invest in the property market, there's no guarantee that your house will actually get you a return on your investment. I've heard that free agent socks are like getting a Rolex instead, and they actually go up in value, or like they hold their value like a Volvo.
Katie, I can't confirm or deny this. This is just for anyone listening, does not constitute investment advice.
I can confirm it. They're given away for free. They stay free. Their value is zero.
If I sell my free agent socks on LinkedIn, what category do I need to consolidate?
I think you might get some weird purchases.
I think you might be back on LinkedIn lunatics.
You might get some very interesting DMs from some very interesting, let's be honest, gentlemen, shall we say.
I might sell them on my OnlyFans instead.
Exactly. Like, do you mean like if you do that,
only socks,
a certain clientele will emerge.
I have watched, one of my favorite things to do at events is to watch the swag pies, as we call them, who are like, I'm on the edge of your stand and I can see the swag that I want, and I can also see the conversations that I want to avoid, and watch them sort of like triangulating the route through. I watched this guy at Caltex last year and I was like, I'm not even going to stop him. Like, I've just got to watch this. And he literally stood on the edge of our stand, waited for like the right sort of backs to be turned, walked through, opened his bag, scooped off the edge of the thing like 5 pairs of socks and a couple of tonics into his bag, got into his bag and completed his triangulation out the other side without having to enter into a sales conversation. And I was like, you know what, mate? Like, I'm not going to let this go for a long time, but just as a one-off incident, I was like, that's quite impressive how you've managed to do that. Like, the quid pro quo is we have a chat, you can have some socks. No, literally, poor old George is there. Like, I've just put those socks. He literally just come out.
Kind of irks me a little bit.
Yeah,
as someone who has been responsible for sending people to trade shows, like I have a saying, swag for the masses, notoriety for the great, right? I get it, swag is nice, but if you've been sent by your business, or you've chosen to go as a business owner and all you're doing is getting swag, you've wasted half your day. You're supposed to be talking to vendors, you're supposed to be validating purchases, you're supposed to be learning industry information. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind swag, but I just go for a purpose and intent and stop wasting salespeople's time, okay? Like, if you don't want their product, to say, I don't want your product, or I'm not a decision maker, just be really honest. Don't lie.
This is awkward because I actually paid that guy to come and get my socks for me from Caltex. He's like a hitman, like a swag hitman.
Swag ninja.
He was, and he looked like an accountant as well. So
he's got a side hustle.
Absolutely incredible. Some of like. It never ceases to amaze me. Like
what do accountants look like?
I was going to ask the same question. Good question, Katie. Tony, what do accountants look like?
I don't know.
Technically, they look like Tony, don't they?
Yeah.
Technically, you're an accountant.
I'm an accountant. Yeah. I don't know. Can't even remember what he was wearing. I just remember like he looks like he's part of the profession. You know, sort of business cash. Had his bag. Probably had like one of them yellow apron bags because they were quite prevalent that year.
There is some swag that's got higher value than others, though. So some are more coveted. So I've got an original receipt bank gilet. That's right,
Ooh.
receipt bank.
Wow.
I know.
You should have worn it today. I would have liked
This
to
is
see that.
maybe slightly niche, but going into the annals. So Nathan Keeley, do you know Nathan? Who's Carpenter Box and part of KR, were they? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Nathan has a room of swag that he's collected because he's been to basically every accounting event since it started. And he's got some really
Vintage
original sort of vintage stuff. Yeah, he's got the QuickBooks trainers. He's got all of it, mate. The
QuickBooks trainers.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I want some of those.
Trainers, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I think they're Nike trainers as well, aren't they? They've got the swoosh on them. I think they're Nike trainers, aren't they?
I actually don't think they are. They're sort of like a sort of darker greeny kind of color. I know Chris Downing's got some Sage branded ones. I think the Adidas sort of like white. The toe cap ones, the name escapes me. And he's got some Sage branded ones of those, I think, but I don't think they're like for the people. I think they're for the employees.
This has been a surprisingly balanced show.
Mm.
I thought it was going to be more derailed. We've actually asked some like good business questions. Katie, you've given some amazing insights, even given software recommendations. So thank you for that. As we start drawing to a close and winding down, Katie, Tony and I have bombarded you with questions. Do you have any questions for me or Tony? Tony and I? Me and Tony? No.
What's your favourite flavour of crisps?
It depends on the ranking of the crisps. So we're talking just Walkers, or we're talking kettle chips, or we're talking
Anything.
corn chips. Probably
Anything.
Worcestershire sauce.
Did
Or
not see that coming.
nice and spicy.
I think that as a like an overall category of crisp, beef is my favorite flavor. Like any version of like char grilled steak type, that's the one I would gravitate towards.
I have a recommendation for you then, Tony.
Well,
Have you tried?
Go on.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Have you tried the Tesco Finest beef and horseradish crinkle cut? Crinkle cut. That's the like sign language for crinkle cut.
No.
They're
No, I don't think I have actually. No,
they are
horseradish.
so good. If you don't mind the old horseradish nose burn.
Oh no, I do like that. Yeah, I'm a fan of horseradish.
I think you'd like them, but don't buy them if you are trying to avoid eating too many crisps, because
Which I am.
sharing bag is poor marketing. There's no such thing as sharing one of those.
I'm currently in a calorie controlled phase of my life, and therefore big bags of crisps are dangerous. I'm not very good at limiting my intake of big bags of crisps.
Neither am I.
Green bag of Lay's, as you can't get them in the UK. Debbie Hales, Chris Smith, salt and vinegar discos for the win.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, as salt and vinegar goes, which is a poor category of flavour, I believe.
How
but
dare
they are a titan in that.
Yeah.
Roysters, they're a good meat flavour one. Roysters beef flavour ones. Roysters, they're pretty.
Yep, you can still get them.
Crisps.
You can still get them. They're still there. Yeah.
Catherine, I've just seen Catherine's comment. Yes, I am.
Katie,
they have no real beef in them because Tesco are not going to pay to put actual cow in their crisps, because that would not be cheap. So they just use fake flavours to recreate. Anyway, it's mainly about the horseradish. Yeah. But yes, Catherine, thank you for calling me out.
Oh, there you go. There's a question. I'll adapt it for you since you're vegan. Casey, if you had one vegetable you had to eat for the rest of your life, forsaking all others, what vegetable are you choosing?
I once roasted a whole aubergine for my entire family to enjoy with our dinner, and I was so tempted by the aubergine that I ate the whole thing off the tray and nobody got any more, and then it made me feel quite unwell because it's too much aubergine for one woman. So maybe an aubergine.
Okay.
Sounds like it didn't end well though.
It didn't end well, but it was still delicious. It was so worth it. Or kale. I'm a big fan of kale, especially like roasted and crispy. So I would eat a whole bowl of that on its own as well.
It's in the air fryer, isn't it? Like kind of a bit salt, a bit sugar. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it tastes a little bit like Chinese takeaway crispy seaweed.
Seaweed, which isn't actually
I'm
seaweed.
so hungry now. I'm so glad you can't hear my stomach because it is like shouting.
I am really surprised that the answer wasn't chips. That would be my favourite vegetable, but we each their own.
I don't count chips as a like purist's vegetable. I think a vegetable has to be a colour other than beige to count as a chip. A chip,
needs some
a chip is a
chlorophyll in
part
it.
of a tuber, isn't it? Yeah, I thought you
Some
said chloroform then.
No.
No.
I almost said it. I said it in my head, by the way. I said chlorophyll in my head, but I changed it to chlorophyll just at the last minute.
And it was good because it stayed in your head as well.
Quite a niche chip seasoning.
Yeah. All right, shall we do the quickfire round?
Yes, I'm going to mute myself.
Dale can't be part of this because he just can't not jump on the threads. So over some quickfire questions, I will ask you them. Just give me your first answer. There'll be about 10. Dale's pointing down at the
Catherine's
aubergine
over
emoji, obviously. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Dirty girl.
We're all grown-ups here. It's fine.
Catherine isn't.
No,
She's
Catherine's-
grown up in stature, but not in brain.
Yeah.
6 foot baby.
6 foot baby. Oh dear. Right, question.
AI, clip that bit up. Clip that bit up. AI, listen to my voice, clip that bit.
Yeah.
Now, 6 foot baby, clip it. I'm done.
What's one skill you wish you had but don't?
Quite like to be able to fly, actually. Just like float up like a hot air balloon.
Like that. Good answer.
Yeah, or be able to like hear any conversation. Oh, I'm so nosy.
The question was one skill, Katie. One skill, and it's quick fire.
Sorry.
Favorite country you've ever visited?
New Zealand.
Okay. With hindsight, what alternative career would you wish you had pursued?
Air traffic controller.
Interesting. What is your spirit animal?
Goat.
Nice. Mine is a wombat. The book you have recommended the most often?
Nice fresh notepad.
Okay. The country that you would like to visit the most but haven't?
Guatemala.
Okay. Your unpopular opinion?
I can't think of one. I'm sorry.
That surprises me, actually. I thought you would have an unpopular opinion. Best film?
I think I do, but I can't.
Yeah, it will come
I can't
later.
think of
It
one
will.
right now.
Yeah. Best film? Your favourite film?
I really like Sleepers, even though it's a horrible film. I really like it.
Okay. Who are your celebrity lookalikes?
Apparently Beth Orton. Not now though. I look a bit more haggard these days. But Beth Orton back in the day. I think that's it. Her.
Okay. We've covered the most hated grammatical error or mispronounced word, so we don't need to do that. Final 2 questions. Your best ever 1 in a million trick shot. Think like hole in one, like that kind of thing.
I'm really good at bowling. I did bowling as in PE at school. I don't know why they offered that, but yeah, I've got some good strikes in my time.
Wow, nice. And who should we have on the show?
Who should you have on the show? Rachel Warner.
Rachel Warner.
Yeah.
Not a name I'm familiar with.
No, she's not a celebrity, but she's great.
Cool. Thank you. That brings to a close the quickfire questions. Appreciate your participation. Very good. Dale, you can unmute. Yeah.
I think we're going to wrap it up there. Katie,
Okay.
You've been an awesome guest. Thank you for joining us. Tony, good to have you back, dude. I'm going to hit end stream. Just smile for a second because it takes a minute to end out.